Hi everybody, welcome to another Fish Keeping Jamaica rally here. Now today I'll be looking at the whole idea of urban fish keeping in Jamaica versus rural fish keeping in Jamaica. Now I have drawn up two videos in which I have done in the past couple of months. One recently, where in which I show you a friend of mine in Western Kingston who does ornamental fishing. Now he does it primarily just as a hobby, just like me, not necessary to sell to any pet shop or whatever. But if they do get overstocked, it's either him cook them like the tilapia, or he actually sell them to individuals who wish to have them, right? And there's another individual who lives in rural Jamaica who actually does ornamental fishing for a company who actually exports them overseas to sell for profit. Now if you look at both setup, you will realize that there's a vast difference between the two. Let's look at the urban setup. Now the setup here is done between two buildings, right? The buildings are about 12-story high, 12 different apartment levels of apartment, right? It's between the two buildings, right? There is some amount of what I call it now area that is fenced off, particular for this reason. However, right, because it's an apartment complex, it's a building setup, the restriction of individuals from coming in and out or beside over into the area where in which the fish keeping is kept, it cannot be sustained 100%, right? Because by right, this is a building and you only have access, all right, you only can claim access to that section which is yours. Okay, after doing a particular video where in which I showed you the tilapia, a few weeks after I was passing, and he actually had a heart-to-heart talk with me, and he shared the fact that he lost over 2,000 fish, which is about 24 fish, right? As a result of somebody actually threw some the household chemical into the water, and all the fish that was into that container actually went belly up. He also shared with me the fact that sometimes he'll be like passing, like going in or coming out, and he will stumble upon young men, or should I say teenagers, or even children, trying to catch one or two of the fish to carry to them yard to actually, keep or do whatever they want to do with it, what you would call pretty larceny or theft. Now this is a common thing when actually doing things like these in urban spaces. For example, when you rear chicken, right, the field might disturb the neighbor, right, and the dogs might eat the chicken, or somebody might end up take out one of the chicken, so to speak, because you don't really have that restricted area, you don't really have that area that is really protected against such situation. Okay, urban spaces do not allow you to have a setup that really and truly points to the fact that you are organized. So therefore, as far as water change is concerned, that is not frequently done. As far as releasing of water is concerned, yes, there are facilities to release the water. However, at times, if careful planning is not done, this water will actually disturb the neighbor, right? I'm going to do another series on urban fish keeping with rural fish keeping, because I'll be looking at the whole idea of fish rooms in Jamaica and versus having ponds, right, in Jamaica, right? Fish room versus pond. So I'll be actually putting up my little mini fish farm for scrutiny, and also showing the plus and the negative of this. Before time do run out, however, I would like to look at rural fish keeping. Now, as you can see within the rural fish keeping setup, there's a marked area, right? You have a lot of green spaces which suggests that land is available, right? The area is marked out, nicely fenced, and the containers are nicely placed where there are no potential threat from domestic, or should I say from domestic or even wildlife, from domestic individuals having like for example throwing something into the containers, or from wildlife actually coming over and actually messing around with their stuff. All right. Also, when practicing rural fish keeping, you have the ability to you have the space in which you need to organize yourself in such a way that water is released. Water is and sometimes the water that is available in rural area comes straight from the river, so you don't need to have any extended period of water being held, so as to ensure that the water quality is of top quality for the fish to actually live in, right? In rural communities also, you find that you are able to space your tanks in a particular way, set up your setup in such a way that you have, I call it now, space. You can actually observe any little anomalies that may occur, should in case, for example, let's say that there's something wrong with a fish, you can easily identify. Now, looking back at my friend's urban setup, you realize that the containers are so closely knit together that at times you have to jump over one container to go over to another, right? So when you look at the rural setup, it gives you more space, it gives you more it rescue you from the whole idea of predatory larceny, from persons actually taking your fish and and damaging your equipment. It shields you from wild animals, and also from individuals actually coming over and actually messing around your stuff, not necessarily taking it up, but just messing around your stuff, right? And as far as water is concerned, during rural fish keeping in Jamaica, you also have, especially when it's near the river, you also have a reduced cost in your water bill. Now, rural fish keeping in Jamaica, it is not highly done. I mean, it's not done to a great extent, right? Many persons in Jamaica, they just have one tank or two tank in their house. Rarely you will find a person with a large fish room, like for example what Rachel will have or what Joey will have at their location. But I will look back on a video. I will do a video on the whole idea of fish rooms, right? So bear with me with that one. I'm getting back with that. But the essence of this the essence of this video is to point to the fact that in Jamaica, rural fish keeping and urban fish keeping have advantages and disadvantages. Urban fish keeping Urban fish keeping exposes you to the whole idea of urban fish keeping exposes you to predatory larceny and the damage of your fish. Persons actually throw things in the water, right? And the property is not yours to actually play around with and to divide and to set out the things as how you would, right? So you are restricted with the size and the plan of your setup, right? Rural fish keeping allows you more freedom, space, and ability to plan your setup in such way that it looks attractive and it serves beneficial to your fish as you are able to maintain them as according to as needed, right? So it's very complicated between both.